Alright, so a lot of you, or none of you, might have been wondering where the fuck I went. Well, let me break it down. I'm sorry if the camera's shaking. The tripod is on the floor and on the chair. It's probably not stable for shit, just like my spinal cord. Now, let's begin. Oh, there goes the tripod. Alright, so we're gonna do a dive, and I'm gonna break down every little thing that I did and every injury that I just had within the last 6 to 8 months on why my training is drastically different. So, let's start off with prep. Prep went really well. Here and there I had days where I felt sick. In the videos, I vlogged every single day of my prep for my peak vlog. So I'd go to the gym, I would say on the camera, like, I don't feel too hot, I'm feeling a little, like, achy, a little hurting, not like, like gym fatigue, sickness fatigue. So, I was a little concerned. I'm like, what the fuck? Whatever, didn't think anything of it. I thought it was just, me overtraining, I'm in prep. So, after prep, we went our meet, did great, yay, whoop-de-doo. These sessions got worse. We went from damn near 600 pounds to, okay, 545 feeling kind of heavy. Ooh, now 500 feels heavy. Hey, yes, last week I pulled 545. I can't pull 405. The sessions got worse and worse, and I literally went backwards. Like, not even in a progression sense where it's like, oh, dude, it's okay, you're not hitting PRs. I wasn't hitting warm-ups. Or everything just felt like shit. So I was like, yo, I need to get my blood done. I need to go to a doctor. I got my blood done. I was taking copious amounts of vitamins on top of stimulants to essentially combat the stimulants. I was taking GABA, I was taking vitamin D3, I was taking vitamin C, B12, B6, B1, magnesium, everything. Here's the thing. I was taking 20,000 IUs of vitamin D3 because I thought it would naturally increase my testosterone levels. It doesn't. It makes you really fucking sick because that vitamin doesn't dissolve the way you think it would. And your body absorbs it. And if it has too much of it, it's going to make you fucking sick. So that explains why I had really bad muscle cramps, aches, and pains, and just overall felt gross. And the levels, I believe, were 130 deciliters for my vitamin D3 levels. Everything else checked out. My test levels were 170. I'm 23 years old. I've never done gear. I don't smoke. I don't drink. Okay? But around June, I started taking another form of free workout. It was not cocaine. It was not Adderall. For legal reasons, I'm not going to address what it is because it's very cheap. It's very easy to get, and it's an old bodybuilding stack. So, for my own purposes, I do not need any of you getting addicted to it. It's very addictive, and more than likely, 99% sure, it caused what I started dealing with, which was kind of adrenal fatigue. Not only did the testosterone drop, and that also caused a lot of, the very low energy, feeling depleted. But I'm pretty sure I absolutely destroyed my adrenal glands. Because the stimulant that I was taking would essentially just kick in your fight or flight 24/7. And with the research I did on it, it was like, oh, people take this every day. I was like, I could probably take this 4 times a day, and not a day, 3 to 4 times a week, and I should be fine. I don't think I was. Again, I'm also 165 pounds soaking wet. So that happened. So now we have, my body is trying not to shut down, and I cannot perform to the extent where I was once performing. So, on top of the low test, on top of everything else falling apart, my back starts hurting. And, we're in December now. The gym's all right, but, I'm pretty sore. I'm not energetic. It's whatever. And I keep running myself into a wall. Well, January, I move in with my girlfriend, and I took a lot of time to help her build up her place. Like, you know, did all the lighting, painting, all that stuff. And there were more times than not, I was like, I can skip the gym. I can skip the gym. I can skip the gym. And when I did go to the gym, I would just train like upper body, like basic bullshit. So that led to me detraining my lower body, my lower back, and I developed pelvic tilt. That was really bad. So now there's pelvic tilt to the point where I can't unrack. Come on. I can't unrack 225. There's a video of me on my Instagram where I literally smashed my SPD belt over 315. Oh, it's only 315. It's only 315. That's not the point. I stopped powerlifting for over a month. I did bodybuilding. I cut back. I did everything that everyone said to do. And the moment I want to get back into lifting, I couldn't squat. Like, it physically hurt me to try to squat. Not only did it hurt me to try to unrack 225, I couldn't squat 315. So yeah, bro, that really fucking hurt me. That really hit hard. So, all right, now we gotta work on core strength. God bless my physiotherapist, Sean, who helps me out with everything, works through me with every single injury that I'm about to also bring up. If you need anything done, you live in York, PA, or anywhere in Pennsylvania, fuck Maryland, drive your ass to him. Okay, I trust this man with my life. I would not let anyone else touch me but him. He knows best, and he's the reason why I'm back every single time I mess up my body. This injury was a lot worse than a lot of the other ones, but every time my back gets tense, a little tender, whatever, he's able to fix it. So, shout out to him, God bless him. Now, anyways, back to what I was saying. So, now we got pelvic tilt. And you know, pelvic tilt can be caused by a lot of different things, but essentially what my pelvic tilt was being caused by was a very weak core and my back being way too tight. So what was it probably caused by? Probably the low test, probably, you know, the hormones being all fucked up, and not allowing my body to actually rest and reset itself. You know, I'm driving all over the place, I'm not taking care of myself, and my body shit the bed. So I wasn't able to recover. So I would try to get dry needling done with like acupuncture with like the electroshock needles. I couldn't do it. My back would physically reject the needle because I was so tense up and guarded of my spine that I couldn't do it. So from January to like March, just working on the core, just going through the motions, not on program. I'm still not on program. I'm gonna probably start one Saturday. Just going through the motions, trying to be safe, just trying to build everything back up, get myself back in the gym. Meanwhile, I noticed I lost a lot of fucking size. With me being so busy, I lost like 7 pounds. And it wasn't water weight. It was like muscle. Like, I lost some size. Like, you can look at my legs. I never had big legs. But I was like, wow, what the fuck? Like, I've never cut, I've never bulked, I've always maintained, just slowly main gain. So me seeing myself a lot smaller really didn't sit right with me. I really didn't like that. I'm already a small guy. So there's that. So as we're trying to build everything up again, the numbers are going backwards, you know, and because my pelvis and my back are not communicating properly with my lower body, like I can't pull myself in the deadlifts, I can't squat, the numbers are going backwards. We went from pulling 545, 500, 515's feeling shitty, okay, 405's feeling shitty, and a couple times I pulled my top set and I couldn't pull my back down. I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean? I can pull 515, but I can't pull 4? All right, fine. Let's pull 315. Can't pull 315. So the frustration starts to build up to the point where I'm like, yo, am I done? Like, am I done? It's been 3-4 months of me trying to fix my body, and we have no progress. We're actually going backwards. Is what it is. April, I got flown out by Kev Strength. Shout out to him. And Controlled and Sandy. Cool guys. I had a lot of my back pain just because my back was really tender from the day before. And I was like, I need someone to look at my back. I need some deep tissue done, some cupping, whatever, to relieve this tension. Luckily, I find someone. He does it, fixes me right up. And you're not supposed to lift the next day, but I did. Bro put me through a really rough, gruesome session, and he fixed my body. I was like, dude, like, all the pain's gone. Like, you actually might just fix my entire body. Like, oh my God. And I was able to deadlift 520 the next day. Like, I haven't deadlifted 5+ in like 2 months. So, that was great. Here's what wasn't great. I popped my rib out of place. In Texas. I don't know if it's because of how tender my body was, but when I snapped back on a 405 on a back down, my belt must have just been right underneath my rib cage and popped it out of place. That was the most excruciating pain that I've ever felt in my fucking life. That was bad. Thank God there was an old head there that was able to pop it back into place so I could at least stand up and breathe, right? So that happened. Popped the rib out of place. We've already got pelvic tilt, crashed hormones, fucked up adrenal glands. Now we got a popped out of place rib. We're really fucked. Rib heals up. We're all good. We're all ready to go. I'm feeling good. But one day I go to the gym. I squat. I didn't get really good sleep. I slept for like 3 hours. And I'm like, damn, like, should I go to the gym? Like, I'm pain-free. Like, I've never been this pain-free. This feels like I just popped out the womb. I'm ready to go. And, you know, I'm like, man, I don't know, whatever. And I end up going. And I ended up pause squatting 365. Huge. I'm like, yo, we're back. This is it. Like, here we are. All my back downs, I've got really bad allergies. I'm squatting 275. And I must have braced them correctly, and I just felt like my back get really tender. I was like, what the fuck? Like, yo, pop, no, nothing. I was like, wow, my back just really got, like, tense. Like, what the fuck? So, whatever. No biggie. The next squat session, can you stop? The next squat session, 3 days later, 315 felt like it was like 1,000 pounds. Like, it was like I was putting my all into moving 315. I'm like, all right, we're fucked again. So essentially what was happening was that there's so much scar tissue as well around my nerves in my back that it wasn't allowing my body to like actually move fluently. This is where the pelvic tilt came into play and all this bullshit. And I could only allow it to do like deep tissue and cupping. Well, the one time we went to do acupuncture, and the acupuncture actually worked because I let it relax a lot more. And it was ever since we started doing acupuncture, I felt a whole hell of a lot better and been able to get back to it. Here's the biggest thing now. I don't know why I'm dealing with this. Now we're back to normal. We're back to where we are now, present day, right now. What we're about to go do. We're about to go train. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I have no pop. I have no explosiveness. You know, there are days where, like, you know, again, like I'm, you know, stepping out of my mind. I'm ready to go in the gym, and I'm popping 405 off the floor with my fingertips. I can still do that, but when I go to wedge into the barbell, it doesn't want to come off the floor with me. It's almost like I'm like pausing it and then I go. And it doesn't feel smooth. It feels choppy. But I'm trying to tell myself just to stay patient with it. Just to stay patient with it. Because the patience is what's going to lead me success. Essentially, I haven't been training directly in the last 6 to 8 months. So of course shit's not gonna feel right. Of course, why would it? So overall, we're back to normal. I also got my blood work done 3 months after. My test is now 375. Oh, that's still so low. I don't care. That's not TRT level low. A lot of people overhype. They overhype and overemphasize the usage of TRT when they are lackluster fucking morons and don't understand what they're doing. TRT should be your last option to do. And there's a lot of other things you can do to bring it back up. I brought mine back up. I also work a high intense job. I don't eat the best. Okay? I don't sleep the best. A lot of the big things that help with your testosterone levels. So why the hell would I put myself on TRT, risk losing my hair, risk losing my natural testosterone production just to get some size? You know, it's not very worth it, you know? But anyways, we're back. Last 2 weeks, we've been doing front squats. The core is feeling better. I'm feeling stronger than ever. But I'm missing that pop and, like, that adrenaline, like, that purpose to, like, lifting. And, you know, I'm still going through the motions here and there. Again, I just went through hell and back on this. But we figured it out. And we're back to moving. I'm blessed to be able to squat. I'm happy to be able to bench, deadlift, whatever. But we're not back to where we once were. And that's okay with me. I have to accept that. You guys are more than supportive with me on this whole journey that I powerlift. And again, I haven't been really, like, vocal on what I've been dealing embarrassing. 2, I don't like posting what I'm doing because it makes me feel like a lackluster of who I once was. I feel like a hollow of a man when I was ripping 500, 550, 570. And now it's like, is 500 going to be RP 7 or 10? You know, so it's a little diminishing, you know what I mean? And, you know, it just really just hits the ego real hard, and just my ego and my pride have been through the ringer recently, you know. It is what it is. I'm blessed to have been able to overcome this situation. I'm blessed for the people that are able to support me and, you know, help me through all of this. So there's that. I'm not gonna lie, and I can't remember his name. I'm gonna tag it on here in text. One of the biggest things that really changed my perspective, because again, you can call me a bitch or a fucking baby or whatever you want to call me. My life has genuinely changed tenfold within the last like 6 months, drastically. I'm grateful for it. I needed it. It took a lot of adapting to, you know, get adjusted to. This injury made everything 10 times worse. And the only reason why I say that is because this injury, like, I work a blue-collar job. Like, this, like, having back pain really dictates what mood you're in, what you want to do, etc. I'm 23. I'll be 24 this year. So, you know, I got to the point where my back was so fucked up and irritated that I thought I herniated a disc. I could have herniated a disc. I don't know. Use that reverse hyper, by the way, if you have back pain. Anyways, I could have. So again, bro, I'm almost 24. So in my mind, with all this aches and pains going on in my body, I'm like, am I done? Like, is this wraps? Like, am I done powerlifting? You know, and I still got numbers I want to hit. I still got, you know, followers and milestones I want to hit. I'm not done. But it felt like I was. And I got stuck in this mindset for the last couple of months. Dug myself out of it a little bit. Still was just struggling. But there's this guy who trains, I don't know, somewhere in Virginia. I don't know. I don't know. And he would pop up my TikTok algorithm. And he was powerlifting while going through chemotherapy because he had cancer. And I'm not trying to sound corny, but it put in perspective that do I want to give up? Yeah. Am I struggling? Am I in pain? Am I, you know, getting irritated with myself? Yeah. But there's a motherfucker over there literally fighting for his life, who has cancer, who's having chemo done for him, okay? And I'm over here complaining that my back hurts and that my numbers aren't where they once were. And that really put my reality into perspective, and to be grateful to even be able to be in the situation where I was in. You know, the simple ideology of like, wow, you know, I'm not able to deadlift 500 today. I'm not able to squat 405. I can't bench this. Suddenly, it turns into, wow, I'm finally able to deadlift. Wow, I'm finally able to squat 225. Wow, I needed that. And shout out to him. He's doing great. I'm pretty sure he's doing really well with his chemo. Again, I'm going to put his name here. I can't remember off the top of my head. But this really put in perspective, and I preach it all the time, and again, I kind of forgot about it. Like, just because you're going through it, somebody else out there wishes they could be in your shoes. Sure, my back hurts. Everything feels like the world's falling apart. But someone out there wishes they were able to do what I'm doing. That's that. And the guy is fighting. He's still powerlifting. He's still deadlifting. Still squatting. Still in program. While going through chemo. Why the fuck can I not get my shit together and, you know, double down and get my shit together? You know what I mean? So that's really honestly what changed my mindset on everything. That really flipped the switch to me and made me realize and value what I have. And that's why I'm back at this shit. I'm ready to go. I don't know how long it's gonna be. I hope it's soon, where I can get back to, like, you know, where I once was, even comfortable with where I once was. But you know, it's all mental now. It's all in the head. Just gotta be patient. You gotta be thankful. So there's no lifting in this video. I just want to explain what happened to me to those who care. If no one cares, I don't know. I don't care. But just remember, you need to be the best motherfucker to ever do it, and to never give up. Because if you give up, and this goes for anything, if you give up, you'll never know how good it truly would have been. Anything in life. So if I were to give up when I first got injured, when I first started missing all my lifts, I kept failing. I would have given up. I would have never known if I could come back. I would have never been able to get under the barbell again. So if you really love what you do, you really like doing what you want to do, prove it. You don't like it that much if you give up when time gets hard. So it's been a rough battle, but could have been way worse, and I'm thankful for overcoming this. Thank you guys for supporting me. Hopefully we're gonna get back on here and record YouTube videos. I'm honestly not trying to record YouTube videos while I'm having sessions like this, because I don't want to get in my head. I want to get back in my flow state. The moment I get back in my flow state, it's over for y'all. Over. Once I get back in that flow state, everything starts clicking, we're gonna have a lot of fun. But until then, I gotta be patient, I gotta be disciplined, and, you know, can't let myself fall back. Injuries happen. But what matters is that when you get injured, you come back from it. Because nobody's going to knock me down. And if they do knock me down, I'm swinging the fuck back. So, hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching if you did. I know this video is also long. I said this like 8 times now. I'm sorry. I'm driving, trying to pay attention. So, bye!